Get back. Get back! Get back to your own end. That's better. You keep your distance. Tell me.
Livestock with the voyage?
Aye, ma'am. But they need to fatten up a bit before they grace our table. Still, the crew will be glad of a bit of fresh meat.
That's true.
120 days?
Might be. You have to be on the safe side.
The whole point of this voyage is speed. Cargo of first crop China tea has to be with the merchants within 3 months. First ship in gets top price, and I mean to get top price.
Aye, sir.
Load all this extra provender and the crew will lie down and enjoy life. Men that know that it's our tack after 90 days will jump to it.
No man alive can predict the whims of ocean and weather, sir.
Well, you get that price down by 5%.
I can't do that, sir.
You can tell the chandler that we'll buy our provisions elsewhere.
Aye, sir. I'll do the best I can.
Tight girthed as ever, James?
And men will not starve. Rations run short after 90 days. There's still salt pork and biscuits to keep life in them at a reasonable cost.
So we're back to thoughts of profit.
Well, on this voyage, what else is there?
There's self-respect.
Mine?
No. Captain Baines. Destroy his authority and you'll destroy the man.
Good evening, Mr. Fraser. Foggett? I had no idea you were also a lover of music. Oh, scarcely a lover. I was being entertained by a business acquaintance. You seem to have caught this young thrush's fancy. You flatter me. I'm surprised you've time for this sort of diversion. All work, they say, makes for dullness. You should remember that, Fogarty, next time you catch one of your dock clerks yawning in your presence. May I ask after Mrs. Fraser? She's well. All the better for restricting her social life to friends of his boat. Well, wish you a good evening, then.
Albert, how was I?
As charming as ever, my dearest.
Oh, you're so gallant, Albert.
just an acquaintance, a nobody.
He doesn't look a nobody.
He is, I assure you. You're looking very lovely tonight, my dear.
Well, I have to be here, don't I? Not that this lot would notice if I fell down in a blue fit. Oh, I hate this place.
Better than spoiling your pretty hands in the laundry.
I can do better than that. Darling,
Thank you.
I'll make a start in the proper theatre.
Why not Grand Opera? Oh, Carrie, accept what you have.
You. I haven't got you. To you, I'm no more than a pleasant hour or two, when you're so inclined.
You think no more than that?
I know. Cash. That's what I lack.
Most of us do.
Oh, surely you could afford to buy me a new dress and a pair of shoes for my auditions.
Not even a small fan. Anyway, how would I explain such expenditure to my shareholders?
Same way as you explain it to stuck-up missus.
Carrie, you may not speak of Mrs. Fraser in that way.
I'm sorry, Albert. You got me upset.
Let us forget it.
I'd only need... How much? Say, £10?
£10?
Nothing to a man in your position.
But beyond me at the moment. Where are you going?
I'll have to think again.
Shall I come tomorrow?
Suit yourself.
Carrie. I have but 2 sovereigns on me. Will that buy you finery?
You'd have me dress on the cheap.
Oh, with your beauty. Would anyone notice?
Oh, Albert.
Well, Captain.
Aye, Mr. O'Needon, holding course a treat. Big boat! On his starboard bow! Stand by to heave to!
All hands, man the main braces! All the main braces!
Are they dead?
Near enough by the looks of it.
Still breathing?
Begging your pardon, Mum, but is it convenient to do the floor now?
Oh, very well, but make haste now.
Hi, Mum. How is the old flotsam fellow, then?
Still asleep. He didn't touch his broth again.
Ah, well, that'll be best for him, Mum. Sleep.
Have you rescued shipwrecked men before?
Oh, bless you, Mum, yes. Lifted them gently aboard like rare old living skeletons one day. 2 days later, tossed them back.
But surely we can save him.
Oh, after what he's seen, Mum. Oh, just imagine, see? You're sitting there day after day after day, with the sun like a furnace above you, burning your thirsty lips black. Aye, nothing but the sea all round. Just this flat, hateful sea. Ooh, it's little wonder they tell tales they do of shipwreck madness, you know. Biting open the very veins of the dead and drinking their very blood.
Please, Thomas, the very thought.
Oh, you don't believe me, Mum? Ah, I've had it from the lips of men who've known it.
a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, "Go your ways, pour out the wrath of God upon the earth."
And?
And the 2nd angel poured his vial upon the sea, and it became the blood of a dead man.
You hear what he said?
Be quiet.
And every living soul died in that sea.
But you took his meaning, Mum.
No, it escaped me.
But the talk of blood.
Merely a quotation from the scriptures.
Aye, but what was he trying to say, Mum?
It was just delirium, the effect of his sufferings.
Or the reason for him?
It was Revelations, verse 3. Here.
And every living soul died in that sea.
Could he have been trying to tell us something about himself?
Possibly. Or it could just have been part of a bad dream. Consider, Anne, a drowning man lives the whole of his life again in a moment. Shipwrecked man has endless time to be wrecked by wild dreams and fantasies. His mind can seize hold of any strange illusion and believe it true.
But he must have been trying to communicate something, perhaps some warning.
Look, any Bible text can be made to sound ominous. Of course, it's set fair. Oh, in 80 days.
So fare thee well, me pretty young gal, 'cause we're bound for
Dear, it's stinking hot.
It's where's to come for we cross the line.
Don't mind a bit of dry heat, I don't. It's that trickly monsoon rain I can't abide.
You been topside, Taff?
No, I've been to the mate's cabin.
Oh? How's the old flotsam fella?
Oh, he woke up and muttered a word or two of scripture.
Bible talk? That's funeral talk, man.
Ah, well, maybe it sounded doom enough. Something about the sea turning to dead man's blood.
He's raving.
Happen he knows about things as we don't.
What things?
Well, I mean, how long since we left the pool? 7 months or more. I mean, what could have happened? What might have happened, eh? Plague, death, horrors.
You're raving yourself.
Was that all of it, or are you holding something back?
What?
The bit of scripture, how does it go on?
Oh, I don't recall.
You heard it, by God, how's it go, you little weasel?
What? And every living soul died in that sea.
Means a bad voyage.
You reckon?
Plain as your face.
Am I at sea?
You are indeed. Aboard the Clipper Osiris, bound from China to Liverpool.
Osiris.
Of the O'Needin line. James O'Needin is my husband.
Husband and wife. Is he aboard too?
He is. And he can be brought to you now that you're awake.
Mom?
Fetch Captain O'Needin.
How long?
3 days. Though heaven knows you can have little recollection of them.
3 days. Have I spoken?
Only in delirium. A Bible text.
What text?
It's a favourite for ship's sermons. The one about the 7 angels from Revelations.
You do not know my name.
Neither your name nor anything about you. You had naught but rags.
My name is Hennessy. John Hennessy.
John Hennessy, James.
A late acquaintance, Mr. Hennessy. None the worse for that, eh? Fetch a kettle of hot water from the galley and tell Captain Baines to unlock the quinine, will you?
Aye, sir.
How did you come to be amongst us, eh? We picked you up in a longboat.
crow?
He was dead. Had been so for 2 days or more. We gave him a decent sea burial.
Oh, that was fitting.
May I inquire what ship you was from?
Yes. She was named the Usk, 1,200 ton out of Newport, with a cargo of smithy coal from Mauritius.
Were you her master?
No, ma'am. Her mate.
Oh, thank you, Captain Baines.
Old man, what happened to your ship?
We took the inshore passage off the Agulhas.
It's rounding the Cape of Good Hope, eh?
Yeah, we must have struck during the night. She went down in minutes.
Were any other lifeboats launched?
Don't think so, sir. There were 4 people in our boat. Then after one day and the night, one died. And the others, they soon followed. And we pitched them over the side as long as we had the strength.
So there was just the 2 of you, eh?
Yes, sir. The crow and me.
Here.
Thank you, ma'am. I must try to get up soon.
Oh, you must build up your strength. Here, we've got time enough. Here, we shall be home in a couple of months, given a fair passage.
That I will pray for it. But there is the rule of 3.
What's that?
Luck, ma'am. It strikes in 3s. This has been my 3rd voyage, where the 2 before ended in disaster.
Are you round to south southwest? Throw up royals and together. Throw up royals and together. Wind's come right round.
I observed that. Should you not take a long reach southwards?
Well, it's either that or short tacks till we're around the Cape.
Wind stay. Whichever course you take, it's a long way.
It'll cost us 3 or 4 days.
3 days I can afford. Not more.
Could be surprised Chinese curry.
Rice pudding and raw beans.
It has to be. Chandler's meat's one thing, but Chinese Chandler's meat. Yeah, it's grit and grizzle.
Ah, it is meat, though. And we'll be thinking of this scoff as a banquet in a day or two's time. But there's worse to come.
Yeah, and couldn't get no worse.
You're wrong, man. We're way off course, did you know that? We've got a gale in our teeth.
Blown us back to Foochow.
Ah, everything was fair wind till we picked up that order.
You know what I think? What? I think he's a Jonah. There won't be no luck on this voyage no more, not while he's aboard.
Ah, he knows it himself, too. He was telling the missus this'll be his 3rd voyage to go bad on him.
You won't be very elegant, I'm afraid, but at least you'll be decently covered. There's a couple of my husband's linen shirts and the best trousers and tunic we could find in the slop chest.
You're very kind to me, ma'am.
It's not much, I'm afraid. Come in.
Ma'am.
Here, I've ordered you something more substantial than broth today.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. But the meat, I would never touch.
Oh, it's good beef, bought live for slaughter in full chop.
I forsworn all meat. I still hold. The man that eats meat becomes like the very beast himself.
Beg your pardon, ma'am, but could I have the leave-ins? Forecastle tack isn't that prime.
Would you try the potatoes, perhaps? You may leave us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, old school, Mum. She'd throw good roast beef over the side, rather than let us even have a smell of it.
The old saltfoot wouldn't eat it himself.
No. He said he'd forsworn all meat. He who eats flesh becomes like the very beast himself. That's what he said.
Then we've turned into scrawny old cattle long years since. You know what I reckon? Them days in the longboat have turned him.
Touched his brain?
Aye. Blood, the smell of it. It's turned him.
Never believed those stories.
What you think on? He's the one who had the strength to live. There was 3 as died, 2 of them over the side unseen.
A skunt of it.
Days and days on it. No food, no water. And a dead un beside you, like a lovely fat carcass on a butcher's slab.
Your brain's gone rancid.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
What's that?
He's a Jonah, like you said, Taff. There's no flying fish following this ship.
Therefore commit his body to the deep, to be turned into corruption, looking for the resurrection of the body, when the sea shall give up her dead, and the life of the world to come through our Lord Jesus Christ, who at his coming shall change our vile body, that it may be like his glorious body, according to the mighty working whereby he is able to subdue all things to himself.
stomach knocking tonight. Not roast turkey and chestnuts. Poor old Taff.
It wasn't a bad ship, mate, poor little bleeder. Lent me 50 candarine in Food Chow Market. Won't want them back now.
It's an ill wind.
We've had nothing but ill wind ever since that old Jonah climbed over.
Well, we're carrying bad luck.
Until we slips him.
Slips him.
You mind the story of the real Jonah? How there was no end to the storm until the sailors cast him over. We ought to lighten our load.
Oh, heave him over?
Change our luck, see?
Oh, we'd never get him topside without the mates seeing.
Yes, we would. Tonight, after 4 bells. Captain asleep. You at the helm, me on watch. Lash the wheel for 5 minutes. Nip below, bring him up. Splash, none the wiser.
Just the 2 of us.
Keep it a secret.
None else to know?
I've told ya. Are you with me?
I have to be, don't I?
Come on, then! You white-livered?
Nah, I'm with you.
Give us a hand, quick!
You miserable scum!
We heard the old man cry out. We were trying to help him.
Back on watch fast! And topsides! I'll deal with you later. You all right, Mr. Hennessy?
What's the disturbance?
Well, caught Bogner and Hadley trying to hump him topsides.
What for?
Said he'd be taken bad, but I know Bogner, spooky old brass bounder. More likely they were plotting the old heave-ho.
God's name, what?
The folks was running with rumors. Seems he's the Jonah that's bringing us bad luck.
What rubbish. Rough passages before.
Yeah, but give him a reason. There's none so superstitious as your ignorant packet rat.
Don't you give 'em time for idle fantasies. You work 'em harder.
I'll drop Hennessy off at Durban.
Put special into port.
We're best off without him.
This superstition worth 2 days. 2 days on a fast run with first crop of tea. And the price falling from the day the first shipment's landed? Never.
With respect, sir. I am the master of this ship, and I'm responsible for the crew as well as the cargo.
You're blinded by fear and superstition, man.
In your opinion, sir.
You disappoint me, Captain.
I'm sorry.
Well, you might be captain of this ship, but I'm master of the Oneida Line, and I say we sail on.
Owner's orders?
That's right, Captain.
Elizabeth.
Daniel, this is the very last place I'd expect to encounter an old sea dog like you.
Well, I was buying a book on the advice of a friend.
What a charming idea. I'm glad somebody is opening your mind to the world of letters. Our mutual friend. How very suitable. You admire the work of Mr. Dickens?
Well, I've not had much chance to read him as yet.
But no doubt our mutual friend, Miss Emma Callan, thinks you should.
I don't really think that's any concern of yours, is it, Mrs. Fraser?
Oh, you bite.
How's William?
Growing more like his father every day, I'm told.
Scarcely recognize him now. May I call?
You know that's not possible.
Because of Albert?
Yes. Though he scarcely sees enough of us himself these days. Out till all hours, working.
He tells me work on the steamship is progressing well enough.
You've been to the yard?
Oh, no, I keep out of there.
But you have seen Albert?
Yes, it was, in the street.
Daniel, you're not telling me the truth. Where did you see Albert? Why the mystery? Tell me, Daniel.
Well, it was another place. He was probably meeting a business acquaintance. Fox's music rooms.
A music hall? But he has so little time or money for amusement.
Well, it's a well-known meeting place for business folk.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, I won't keep you from Miss Callan any longer, Daniel.
Bye, Elizabeth.
It cannot be.
I am.
Are you sure?
I've been to old Widow Crew. She's had enough of her own. Albert, you'll have to help me.
Oh, how can I?
It's your brat. I should have thought you'd have known what you've been doing all those afternoons in the sale store.
Oh, be quiet.
Because you tell me to. I don't care who knows.
But I have responsibilities, problems.
And Mrs. I expect she's been wondering why you've been so tired of late.
She must never hear of this.
So what do you suggest?
Well, haven't you got any idea what to do? Surely one of your friends here...
think Mrs. Croom's got a gentleman. Studied at the College of Medicine, he did.
How much?
What?
How much would it cost me for you to make your arrangements and go away so that I never set eyes on you again?
Is that what you want?
More than anything.
Oh, Albert, you're cruel.
Practical. How much?
I don't know if we could get Mrs. Croom's gentleman to do
Suppose
what's
we
necessary.
can.
Well, there'd be £1 or 2 on the side for her, and then there's my rail fare back to Preston. Could you manage 25?
£25?
I couldn't do it for much less.
I'll give you 10.
Then I'll go to your wife.
You get nothing from her but boxed ears. There.
Albert, didn't it mean anything to you?
Oh, for heaven's sake. Elizabeth, not in bed?
I wasn't tired. Have you had your supper?
I ate earlier.
At the yard?
Yes. Come to bed, my dear. It's cold down here.
I went to your yard. They told me you left before 7.
I had 1 or 2 calls to make on our suppliers.
At Fox's music hall?
Elizabeth, are you trying to pry into what I do with my time?
I am your wife. I have a right.
You have no right. I do as I damn well please.
With other women.
If I so choose, yes. God knows you've been cold comfort enough these past few months. Oh. That seems to settle the matter. I'll sleep in the guest room.
Do!
Not a tickle.
No.
Any sign of a wind?
Not a breath. Here, Anne. Do you remember our first voyage together, when I taught you to navigate?
Scant instruction for the rigours of that journey.
Aye. Now, if I handed command over to you again, what would you do?
I haven't a notion, except to pray for a strong wind.
Let's hope it's not long a coming. I'd have been hard-pressed without you sometimes.
Compliments now?
Just the one.
Could you not spare one for Captain Baines?
Baines?
Show him that you trust his judgment.
What, and let him waste time calling in a turbine?
Well, it would have set the crew's minds at rest.
The crew can think what they like, so long as when Baines says jump, they jump. Come in.
Mr. Hennessy.
How are you feeling, old man?
Oh, except for a bit of dizziness, I'm all right, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you, man.
Will you take tea?
Thank you, yes. Begging your pardon, Captain, what course have we?
Same course as a cork, or whichever way the current chooses to send us.
We were becalmed too.
What, on the longboat?
Yeah, for 6 days. After Smith and Davies had died, I was alone in the boat with McCrow. I must tell you, he was a very violent man. Very violent. But every minute, I watched him. Every second I watched him. I watched his hunger growing worse. His desperation more acute.
How terrible.
For the day we sat on that flat sea. And a long night. And a longer day. You see, I happen to know what happened to Davies. What McCrow.
Your sufferings have ended now.
I hope so, ma'am.
In a couple of days, we'll pick up some wind again.
Captain wouldn't be taking me inshore at the Gullis Bank, would he?
Well, how can I tell? With a fair wind, an inshore passage could save us a
But
day's
it's the
sailing.
danger to the ships.
I'll need a fast passage, Mr. Hennessy. But I assure you, as owner, my concern for safety will be as great as yours.
Big catch. A pair of gravel lane bullocks, 50 ribs a side.
Yeah, it's better than dry biscuits any road.
Aye. That's enough to break a rhinoceros, is all matters. When are we going to get some decent grub on this scow?
The only decent meat's on that deck. Them two porkers.
And the captain's saving those until we're round the Cape.
Providing they don't die of old age.
You might have a nasty accident.
You're wishing one on them.
No, suppose it happened. They'd have to be cooked and eaten the same day, wouldn't they, in this heat? Think of it. Lovely, juicy crackling. Soft meat. Thick gravy.
Where are you going?
Topside. Why talk about it?
You're right.
Succeeders!
I told you not to call.
I was just passing the house. I thought, why not? Do you mind?
No, not as it happens. Let's get this soap off.
Hello, William. Last time I saw you, you were no bigger than a skinned rabbit.
Oh, Daniel.
Have a boat here, have we? Hey, look at that, eh? Oh, isn't it great? Oh, there's a storm coming up. Look, storm, eh?
Oh, don't get him too excited, please. I'll never get him off
Big
to
southwester,
sleep.
big
Now, come on.
southwester there.
That's quite enough. Oh, water
It's all wet.
everywhere. Oh, out you come. Open your eyes.
Yeah.
Let's get you dry.
I got
There we are. Let's rub you down.
rough cat.
Rub a tub.
May I? Come on. Oh, dear.
My boat fell on you.
Our son.
What's that thing?
I didn't marry you because I couldn't stand the thought of becoming a lonely sea captain's wife. And now?
Now I'm a shoreman. Home every night.
And I'm married to Puffing Billy's boiler man.
Made you a good husband?
I made the choice. I can't regret my bargain. Come on now, William. Let's get you into your nightshirt. There's a good boy.
William?
Is that what you were looking for, a bargain?
William.
Was there nothing else between us? Love?
You know you can't ask that, Daniel.
Oh, well, I tell you, there was love on my side.
But you're engaged to Miss Emma now.
So a mistake can never be put right.
No, Daniel. There's no way. Come on, beautiful. I think you better go now, Daniel.
Can I call again?
Better not, I think. I don't want you to get the impression that either William or I need you.
I had a premonition about my death at sea. I had hoped to prove it wrong. All day long, in that boat with McCrow. All that long night, and all the next day I was watching. Watching for the moment.
When he attacked you?
No. When he fell asleep. That was my chance. That was my moment, my chance to survive.
So you attacked him?
I killed him. I smothered his head with a blanket, and I fought him as he struggled to breathe until at last he succumbed.
Oh, God.
It was my only chance. God forgive me.
Poor man.
For 3 days, 2 nights, he lay there. I hadn't the strength to pitch him over the side. Yet I had to fight the desire not to cut his body open and drink his blood, as he had done to Smith and Davies.
Right, Mr. Bruff. Square the yards.
Turn the braces! Hey, do you hear that wind? No, Jonah must be dead then.
What if he's dead? That's manslaughter!
Word down there, scum. Don't get your day for talking. Call the magistrate.
Oh, my God, Bogner. What have you done?
Well, Captain?
I, Mr. Needham, due west.
Considered a pointer to north and west.
Take us inside the Agulhas Bank?
Aye.
Where the old man's ship went down?
Well, it's the shortest way. Wind behind us, we could gain a half a day. We take the inshore passage.
But only if the wind held. You shifted 2 points and put us on a lee shore.
Are you superstitious, Captain Baines?
No, sir. But my judgment is we best avoid those particular streets.
Is it?
Aye, Mr. Needham. It is.
Very well, then. Captain, it's your ship.
Aye, sir.